Okay, I'm on my cell phone again, so I'm sorry for the quality. Working on a 2016 Polaris Ranger XP 900 with EPS, and the EPS has been giving me a problem. I've got the check engine light and I've got the EPS light on. It's been pretty much consistent for maybe a year, and when it's doing that, it won't show you which gear you're in, which I can figure that out from the thing. Thank you very much, yes. But more than that is it doesn't keep track of engine hours or mileage, and it's frustrating. We'll tell you how fast you're going, which would be helpful in certain occasions, and that it won't keep track of engine hours for maintenance is a problem. So I decided I was going to mess with that. I didn't find a lot of information online about this, so that's why I'm making this video. There are several things that can cause this, apparently. This is what seems to maybe have caused my problem. Let me walk over to the fuse box and the relay box on this one. The fuse and relay box, and unfortunately I came to the wrong side, so this is going to be upside down. This one, it's the label on here, indicates that this is the fuel pump relay, and the one next to it is the EPS relay. So I've switched those back and forth because if the relay was bad and I put it on the fuel pump shouldn't work and it shouldn't start. But no, it doesn't matter where I put it. I can put the relay in any of these positions. I do not see anything under here that indicates that there is a fuse for the EPS. And if there is one, it's someplace else. Coming down here, way down inside here, that little nut way over there that probably isn't going to show up worth a damn. That appears to be where all the grounding connections are made. And I've heard that it could be a bad ground. That's not the grounding location that I'd read about online, and I did not want to mess with that. Looks like there's about a bundle of maybe 8 or 12 wires that go there with lugs, and as you can see, that's quite a ways down in there. It's not going to be easily accessible, so nothing else is giving me grounding problems. I'm like, I don't really think that's it. So what I finally did was I pulled the windshield off so that I could access this piece of plastic across here. The power steering unit is actually going to be way up underneath of here. Let's see if I can get a view of that. It's, where the heck is that darn thing? That thing, right there. That body right there is the power steering unit. The rack and pinion unit is out here. And this is the broken boot coming from one of the actuating arms off of the rack and pinion unit. That's the rack and pinion unit. But the actual power assist of the EPS is this darn thing way up underneath of here. This dash was put together by engineers that hate human beings. This stuff is put together like some demented Chinese puzzle. This fastener undoes this. This piece of plastic right here appears to come all the way over here, up around the instrument cluster, split for the steering column and split right here, but it's still continuous plastic up around here, goes all the way over and comes down all the way across. It looks like somebody decided to go to the injection molding people with some kind of a demented challenge. Can you make this out of one piece of plastic? It needs to be impossible to remove. And I'm going to say they nailed it. So I was wondering how I was going to get to the EPS unit. So I removed the windshield, as I said, and I can get then to this cowling piece. I don't know what you'd call it, dash piece. There's going to be 4 of these push pin rivets across here. Okay, so I pulled those push pin rivets, and in case you haven't messed with one of these before, you pull the centerpiece part way, and I use a pair of dikes to get that done. Obviously very carefully. You don't want to snip the head off of this thing. And then pull that up, and then I use the jaws then to get underneath this and pull that. So I've pulled all 4 of those. I've already done this, and I was putting it back together, and I thought, you know what, I just need to make a video just in case. There might be one person that'll come along and watch this, and it might help them. So we're going to lift this up. There are tabs along this edge right here that kick in like so. So we need the whole plastic piece to go rearwards, and then we'll be able to pick it up to disengage those catches. And it comes off pretty easily because I hadn't fully secured it yet when I decided to stop putting it back together and make this. So here we go. Pops off. I have a little bit of difficulty in that corner over there because of that wiring that I did for the light bar up here. But as you can see, it wasn't fully seated yet. Once I have this off, I'll come over here and set this down too. Once we have this off, then we can finally kind of almost see. This is mechanicking for you, by the way. The heartbreaking thing of mechanicking is you can see everything, but you can't get a digit on that sumbitch for nothing. So the thing with the yellow sticker there, which I'll try to get my hand down here and not slip my feet behind me and get hung up and die. That yellow label is on. This is the EPS unit. There is a Molex connection, and it's not going to show up well, and I'm so sorry. I don't have auxiliary lighting. I have got nothing else with me to try to make this any better. This wire comes around, and there's a connection on top of the EPS. That has not been touched since it was assembled, and this is August, of 23. So, I mean, it's been over almost 7 years since I bought the darn thing. So it hasn't been touched in at least that long since it was manufactured. So I'm going to take this. There's a tab on the rear side, and I can pinch that. Actually, it's on the front side, I'm sorry. And it's a booger. It is a booger. You can get digits on it now, and it doesn't want to come off. And all I did was I unplugged it. And probably it would help if I put dielectric grease in it. It is 100 and I think it was 106 today, and it's still maintaining. So I'm so done with today. I'm hot and I'm sweaty. I've been working on other miserable projects all day, and then finally I thought I'd do something cooler in the shade, and I'm just done with today. So click that back into place. There we go. And that the code went away. I had the battery disconnected while I did this, and that may have reset it, but I've power cycled it twice and it hasn't come on. That is completely atypical from over a year of this problem. And then installation is reverse of removal. Hope that helps.